Good afternoon, everyone, or good evening to everyone joining us today from different parts of the world. It's really nice to see familiar names of all our mentees and mentors joining us today. So, welcome everyone to the CSC's Mentoring Program Induction webinar. And congratulations on being selected as a mentee and a mentor in this webinar will be for 1 hour and will also include a question and answer session after the presentation. Please use the questions function to send in any questions you might have regarding your role or the program in general. So without any further delay, let's just start with the presentation. So let me start with the introduction. On a very random note, did you know we celebrated the National Mentoring Day in the UK on 27th October? That's like 2 days early from today. And what better way to celebrate this by starting your CSC mentoring journey in the same week? So this year is the second year of the CSC mentoring program, and the program aims to connect Commonwealth scholars and alumni in a one-to-one mentoring relationship. It provides an opportunity for scholars and alumni to share knowledge and enhance their skills development, including professional and personal skills. The program supports scholars in understanding how to apply skills and knowledge to achieve development impact post-scholarship through their work. The program also provides scholars with advice and guidance on studying and living in the UK. And the program supports alumni to develop their mentoring skills, collaborate with a current scholar, and share your expertise. So how does the program really work? Scholars and alumni are paired based on the responses provided in your application forms. Some of the key factors in pairing are the selected topics, area of study, your sector or field of work, your level or degree of study, and the keywords related to these. So this is a year-long program or year-long cycle starting from October 2020 until August 2021. This means for master's scholars joining us this year, this will cover most of your study period. To gain the full benefits of the program, both mentors and mentees will need to set SMART goals to achieve the objectives of the program and for your own personal and professional growth. And I will speak more about the SMART goals in a while. The minimum commitment of engagement is 2 hours every month. So we do recommend 2 hours, which you can organize in whatever way works best for your goals and for your time commitments, as well as for the platforms that you choose to communicate via. Keeping in regular contact will help build the relationship and also ensure that you stay focused on your mentoring journey. About the touch points, the program includes 4 key touch points around each quarter of the mentoring cycle. We will get in touch with you before the end of each cycle to share updates. These touch points will help in preparing you will prepare you to think about the next stage. You can also refer to some of the resources available to you, such as the handbooks, which have detailed information to guide you through your respective roles, as well as other resources available on the CSE website. Remember, if you need any support or have any questions about the mentoring program, please reach out to your mentoring program contact. You will find their details in recent communications about your pairing. In the next slide, I will talk more about the mentor roles, responsibilities, and the opportunities. So as a mentor, your overall role is to support your mentee in making informed decisions about their study in the UK, and also to help them focus on the development impact potential of their study. You should also provide motivation during intensive study periods, such as examinations, assignment submissions, and vivas. You should discuss on how they can support their sustainable development goals in their home country through the skills that they have gained during their studies. It is also important to think about the ways to enhance social or soft skills development, as these skills are essential for personal and professional growth. You may support your mentee to develop soft skills such as problem solving, time management, public speaking or presentation skills, or even leadership skills, to name a few. Do encourage your mentee to be a part of the wider CSC community by actively engaging in CSC's activities and events. So, for example, some of the CSC activities that your mentee can get involved in, or even that you can get involved in, is the CSC's knowledge hubs. And the knowledge hubs is an online platform via LinkedIn, and it's a great opportunity for Commonwealth scholars and alumni to engage and discuss common topics related to the 6 CSC themes. So do look out for that information on our website. Some of the other networks to engage are the CSC webinars, the regional network events, and the alumni associations. Moving forward to the mentees' roles, responsibilities, and opportunities. As a mentee, you will have the opportunity to seek advice on your studies. You can also support your academic and development goals by learning from your mentor's experience and expertise to develop your own skills and knowledge. Ask your mentor for support in adjusting to living and studying in the UK. I know some of the scholars have already arrived in the UK, and some of them have just finished your self-isolation period. Some of them are still undergoing the your self-isolation period. So do discuss how you've been feeling emotionally, physically, mentally. You can also discuss how you can join various groups in your university or the city you're living in, or how you can join a local community, or even discuss how to deal with the cold weather. So do discuss that with your mentor. Remember to share updates on your studies and progress, and keep your mentor informed of all your successes. You should also keep your mentor informed much in advance about your unavailability during busy study periods, or if you need to cancel any scheduled sessions. You may also seek your mentor's support in developing your soft skills, and these are skill sets that you may require for your personal or professional growth. Now, what are the expectations of mentors and mentees? As I've mentioned earlier, don't forget to celebrate successes. Make sure you acknowledge each other's milestones, and these can be both within the program and externally, and celebrate them. We believe that mentoring is a two-way learning process, so mentees and mentors will need to support each other to achieve set goals and learn from each other during this process. Remember to share constructive feedback with each other and discuss ways to have healthy and informative mentoring sessions. There are some resources in the mentoring handbook which you can have a look at, and these resources will support these conversations and skills development in the area of constructive feedback. Regarding the code of conduct, mentees must adhere to the code of conduct as outlined in the CSE Code of Conduct for award holders, and mentors must adhere to the code of conduct for alumni, and these resources can be found on the CSE website. You should also ensure that you follow all commitments regarding confidentiality and duty to report as outlined in the mentee and the mentor agreement forms and in the handbooks as well. Please do not disclose personal information about each other or sensitive discussions taking place within your mentoring session with a third party. Now, some of the other points that you need to bear in mind are for mentors, please refrain from completing academic work on behalf of your mentee. Mentees, please, you cannot seek your mentor's support to either draft, write, or proofread essays or your dissertations. On another note, mentors, please do not provide any advice on immigration and welfare matters. If any mentees needs any support in this aspect, please contact your CSC program officer. Once again, if you have any questions, do keep a note of your questions, and you can send in your questions to the questions function, and I'll address these questions in the question and answer session after the presentation. Thanks. So on this slide, you will now see the different cycle points of the mentoring program. And this diagram provides an overview of the different points. I know it's a bit small, and I will explain each of these points in the next few slides. So cycle point 1, which we are all in right now, is the beginning of your mentoring journey. So now you have officially started the mentoring cycle. A series of introductory webinars have been organized to help you familiarize yourself with the program. So if your mentee or your mentor have missed the opportunity to attend one of the live webinars, a recording will be made available on the CSC's YouTube channel. So what you should aim to achieve at the start of the cycle. The outcome of cycle point 1 is to establish an understanding of why you have been matched with each other and agree on the mode and frequency of communication. You will also need to understand how you will support each other in setting your goals. So as you can see on the slide, some of the ways have been mentioned. Mentors, you must initiate the first communication via email and introduce yourselves to your mentees. Sorry. Your mentees' confirmed contact details will be shared with you next week on Monday, 2nd November. Once you have received this, please email your mentee and introduce yourselves. And the deadline to establish the first communication is Friday, 6th of November. We do encourage you to use a video call platform, at least for the first few initial sessions, if not for all the sessions. We do believe that having a virtual face-to-face interaction in the first few meetings will help you build a rapport with each other. You will soon receive a short pulse survey designed to check whether mentees and mentors are in contact with each other, and also to know your experiences in the initial period of your mentoring cycle. This is your opportunity to share any thoughts or concerns you may have at this stage in this cycle. The next cycle point 2, which is until December, use the initial sessions to set short-term goals or learning objectives as part of your long-term goals. And I will now go to the next slide to explain what the SMART goals are. So you should aim to set 3 to 5 goals at the start of the mentoring cycle and assign roles and responsibilities for achieving these. So as seen on this slide, you may find it useful to use the SMART framework, suggesting that your goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Now, this framework is a great way to get the most out of the program and for mentors and mentees to structure their time and achievements. You may also find it useful to use the document titled Keeping a Record of Your SMART Goals. And this document is available on the mentoring program's resource page on the CSE website. This document will be a fantastic way for you to record your goals and review them as you go along in the mentoring cycles. The next point in the quarterway or the cycle point 2 is to identify roles, key roles and responsibilities. And for mentors, by this time, you should have learned more about your mentees' studies and work. And mentees, you should be able to understand how your mentor's expertise and skills is directly relevant to your field of study. At this point in the cycle, you should reflect on the support you have been receiving from each other. As part of your SMART goals, you should feel happy with the progress and identify further support if necessary. From January until March, you will be halfway in your mentoring cycle. This is the time you will review your remaining goals. And by now, you should be fully engaged in the mentoring relationship. You should have a clear idea about the support and guidance being provided and received. If at any given point of time you feel that your goals are no longer realistic or applicable, then change your goals. Review your roles as mentees and mentors and seek for any further actions that are required. The cycle point 4, which is from April until June, this is a time where you need to remember that this time will pass really quickly. And for some of you, you need to outline any of the final or remaining goals and discuss how best to use this time. So overall, you need to prioritize your remaining time. Mentees, please note, this is usually a busy study period, so do let your mentor know about your unavailability or any additional support that you might require during this time. From July until August is really the phase where you will be wrapping up your mentoring journey, and mentors and mentees should prioritize any final goals. So now is the time to understand how to take forward your learning. Reflect on your achievements. What have you both gained so far? What are the goals that you have achieved or have not achieved? What soft skills have you developed so far? So reflect on all of these achievements. Discuss plans outside the formal mentoring program, and if you want to stay in contact after the program ends. Towards the end, you will also receive a final feedback survey, which is your chance to share your experiences of the mentoring program. The next slide is about monitoring, and the CSC will monitor the program throughout the year. You will be asked to support this by completing the following surveys. as well as by sharing any experiences throughout the cycle. So the first one is the Pulse survey. And as mentioned earlier, a Pulse survey will be sent to you in early November. And this is a short survey just to confirm that you are in contact with your mentee and your mentor. And this is also a great opportunity for you to provide any further comments about the mentoring program. Do fill this survey. It hardly takes 5 minutes to submit your responses. So I do hope everyone fills this Pulse survey and sends it to us by the deadline. In August, we will send you the end of program evaluation survey. And this is a more formal survey to share your experience as a mentee and a mentor, and the program in general. And after the program, post 6 months, we will send you another survey, which will be a post 6 month survey. And this survey will ask you to reflect on the longer term benefits of taking part in the mentoring program. Remember that we will stay in contact with you throughout the year, and you can always get in touch with your mentoring program contact at any given time. The next slide is about resources. As I've said earlier, we have provided resources, and these are available in the handbooks as well as on the CSC website. You should have received links to these in earlier communications from us, and these will be shared with you throughout the cycle. So the resources available on the CSC website includes the mentee and the mentor handbooks. We've also provided the mentoring log table, and this log table will essentially help you to take notes on the topics you have discussed during each of your sessions and any actions that you might have agreed during these sessions. So do have a look at this resource, the mentoring log table. There's another SMART goals log, which is a log table to record your SMART goals, which I've just shown you earlier in one of the earlier slides. Similarly, you will find a resource section in the handbooks, which includes tips on some of the key ways to get to know each other or to engage with each other and enable you to achieve your goals. So some of the resources available are icebreaker tips, which will help you to build rapport with each other in your initial sessions. Constructive feedback. So there's something about constructive feedback which will help mentees and mentors to work together positively. And a few tips on effective communication. So do have a look at these resources which are in your handbook and also on the CSC website. As I've said earlier, we will be sharing confirmed contact details from your mentees to all mentors next week. So you do have time to go through the resources on icebreaker tips, on effective communication, and prepare yourself before you meet with your mentee, you meet with your mentor, and go ahead in your mentoring sessions. So with this, surprisingly, I have come to the end of the presentation. And I am going to end this presentation. Thank you so much for attending this webinar, and I will stay in touch with you in the next few weeks, next week as well. And thank you so much for attending.